30 seconds on the clock. NFL draft. Are you drafting one of four? First, Penix, McCarthy, Nix, or Maye?
I am taking Michael Penix, number 1 out of those 4.
I agree with them all. Let's move on to the next question. You got your first push.
You didn't even combine for 30 seconds.
No, because we want to get to the interesting topics.
That is quite a start. Let's see. I'm shook. Let me gather.
Good job.
Let me gather my bearings. We are doing a broadcast, boys. You can elucidate. If you were Jim Harbaugh, Mike Palm, which potential NFL head coach opening would you choose?
Well, I would take the Bears. Because I think you start with a cold weather place where he excels and he understands that culture. At Michigan, he's played there with the Bears. He starts with the number 1 ranked rush defense. We didn't talk about this. Look at the improvement this team made. We thought this team was going to win 2 or 3 games. They might win 8 and ruin my bet. And then the number 1 pick is the cherry on top for me.
I would go with the L.A. Chargers. You've got a franchise quarterback, and that's the key in today's day and age. He's a former quarterback himself. Justin Herbert with an immense amount of talent. Put it all together, and I think you could become a real challenger for the Kansas City Chiefs in that division. Herbert's youth and what he brings to the table allows this team to really be competitive in the AFC. I like Harbaugh to the Chargers.
Okay, Amal Shah, which NFL team do you want to see less in the postseason this year? The Browns or the Rams?
I would say the Rams simply because the quarterback situation. I get that Joe Flacco has played extremely well. The Browns are a very talented team. But again, they're on their 4th quarterback, 2nd running back. Matthew Stafford's a future Hall of Famer. Joe Flacco is not. Yes, they both have a Super Bowl win. And then let's take in the coaches. You've got Kevin Stefanski versus Sean McVay. Stefanski's a very good coach. Sean McVay is probably regarded as 1, 2, or 3 among the best coaches in the National Football League. 2 Super Bowl appearances. And I'll tell you what, even though he's won a Super Bowl, I think it's a greater accomplishment to take Jared Goff to the Super Bowl.
He said time.
Oh,
I'd rather see less of the Rams because I want to see more of the Browns and Myles Garrett and that defense and see how disruptive they can be on the road. We've seen this story already with McVay and the Rams. I'd like to see the Browns. I mean, Joe Flacco from off the couch. This is an incredible story. Stefanski finally got the quarterback he wanted. He could throw the ball 45 times a game.
Most likely, Mike Palm, to turn it on once the playoffs begin.
I'll say
Kansas City Chiefs or the Philadelphia Eagles?
I'll say the Chiefs because I think they have a better defense right now. I think Andy Reid has to figure out how he can ignite this offense with some more big plays. The Eagles look just tired to me. They just look like they're at the end of the run. It was very hard for them to overcome the loss of both coordinators. Give me the Chiefs.
I like the Chiefs as well here. Just the pedigree with this team. 5 consecutive AFC championship games. They find ways through. Remember everyone down to the Houston Astros. They went to their 7th consecutive ALCS. I think that's what Kansas City is. Now the challenge for them is they're going to have to play their first road game with Patrick Mahomes potentially in the 2nd round. That's the only challenge for them. But again, they could still wind up with luck hosting in terms of the AFC title game. I'm going to go with the Chiefs just because they're a proven commodity. They've won 2 Super Bowls and been to 3.
Okay, Amal Shah, what toppings go on the perfect pizza? Please build your perfect pizza.
Well, I'm going to go with more of the general public, and I think it's going to be pepperoni and sausage, generally speaking.
Nope, won't accept. You don't eat either of those.
I just said I'm going with the general public. I mean,
Wait, you don't eat meat, but your favorite pizza is pepperoni and sausage?
I said I'm saying what the general public.
Let me give you one I eat. Let me give so I can get this point quickly. Pepperoni, sausage, sun-dried tomatoes, green onions for me. All right, I'm ahead. Next.
Hold on a second. It says what topics go on the perfect pizza. It doesn't say my perfect pizza.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
So,
you said against me last time.
When I ask you the next question, could you tell me who you're answering it for?
Yes, could you give me what's Millard Fillmore's favorite pizza? I'd prefer that.
I was gonna say,
hey, wait a minute. Last time I got indicted for a statement that I answered, and it wasn't phrased based on the question. So that's all I'm saying.
He's in the 4 corners and he's behind. All right, let's move on.
This is for you, Mike Palm.
Yeah.
Well, this is for you, Mike Palm.
Yeah.
And could you answer based on what Bob Dylan thinks? Which fan base would you rather see win the Super Bowl this year, Buffalo or Detroit?
I'd rather see Buffalo just because they suffered through those 4 straight losing Super Bowls. I thought Tim Russert was the best interviewer in all the country. So for his son, Luke, and that whole entire family. And finally, Detroit's going to get a national championship here with Michigan, the state of Michigan. They'll be okay. What is there for Buffalo? Let the Bills win.
I agree with you. I think the Michigan hockey team's got a great chance to win the national title. But more importantly, to Buffalo, they've lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls. What a great run with a great team that probably should have won one. The Detroit area has had the Red Wings, the Pistons and the Tigers. There is great legacy and great history in those three team sports. Remember, the Red Wings dominated the late 90s and the early 2000s. It's not like they're void of something. What does Buffalo have? The Bulls?
Snow.
Dominic Hasek? We got to use a player. We don't even have a team that we can put up there with the Sabres.
No goal.
Yeah, exactly. Brett Hull. Was in the crease.
Which current athlete, this is for you, Amal, which current athlete would you like to see become a TV analyst?
I don't like him, but I'm going to go with Draymond Green. I think he's outspoken enough where he's going to be entertaining. He's going to speak honestly, where I think other players will not be as honest. I think Draymond Green won't be quite as good as Charles Barkley, but would definitely be very entertaining.
I'm going to go with Justin Verlander. We've seen pitchers be great color analysts. I think this guy's very well spoken. He won't be afraid to speak candidly about teams, and I couldn't come up with a better comp in football at all. I started with football. I said pass.
Mike Palm, bucket list. Number one right now, sports venue everybody needs to attend once in their life.
Sebastian Bernabeu, Patrick. Without a doubt, the magic in the air of that great stadium at Real Madrid. I think it's the palace of all soccer stadiums. That's a bucket list item. I've been to most of the ones in North America.
I'm going to go with Wrigley Field. I think when you take in the nostalgia, so many people grew up watching the Cubs on WGN, day baseball, the ivy in the outfield. You can watch the game from outside of the stadium in the bleachers. It's hard to compare it to anything else. The other one might have been Fenway and Yankee Stadium. The old one doesn't exist anymore, so I'm going Wrigley Field.
Okay. Next one up. Are there more head coaches or quarterbacks capable of winning a Super Bowl in the NFL?
Head coaches
Amal
to
Shah.
me. Head coaches. I think a lot of the coaches, it comes down to certain clock management, decision-making. For the most part, you look at them as a whole, they're pretty comparable in many different areas. I think it's the players on the field that are crucial in terms of determining winning and losing. And right now, when you look at quarterbacks that can win a Super Bowl, you probably don't have more than 12.
I've got 16 head coaches and 7 quarterbacks, Patrick, in a landslide. Harbaugh, McDaniel, Reed, Peterson, Stefanski, McDermott, Tomlin, Peyton, Taylor, Vrabel, Belichick, Shanahan, Sirianni, McVay, Carroll. Quarterbacks I limited to 7. Jackson, Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Purdy, because he's got the team around him. Stafford. I think it's double the head coaches.
Lots of details. We like that. Now, Mike, you're up.
Uh-oh.
And Amal, I want to mention, when we ask you about the beverage, it's your favorite.
Oh.
If you could have only one beverage for the rest of your life, Mr. Palm, which would you choose?
Well, I'd take water because it's the only one you could survive on. You'd be dead with any other answer. So I think water is the trump card.
Water's the only answer.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
Okay, I'll give you guys a push on that. That's a good. Well done. Well done on both of your angles there. Next up. Oh, this is a good one.
I didn't know we were
Amal,
doing this with Bear Grylls.
who is?
Palm versus the Prince versus the Bear.
Where's Felica? If you could, this is for Amal. Who is the most hateable TV character of all time?
I'm going to say J.R. Ewing from the show Dallas. Wealthy oil man, a guy that was completely despised. The show lasted so long. What do they have, over like 400 episodes or something like that based on that show? So I'm going to go J.R. Ewing, Dallas.
I had him in my top 3, but I went with Richie Aprile from The Sopranos. This punk and his bad attitude and sense of entitlement, I think, turned everybody off. A vicious, vicious person.
Okay, let's add them up, Dustin. I've got. Yeah, I hate to say this today, boys, but this is going.
It was a bloodbath.
Palm had a good day. Are you agreeing that Palm had a good day?
This was a bloodbath. It was a rough day. I mean, but we should probably go back. Amal, your first 4 answers, those were yours or someone else's?
They were somebody else's.
Okay.
I wouldn't actually take Michael Penix.
Hold on, I got to regrade.
I wouldn't take Michael Penix.
I got to regrade.
I wouldn't actually take Michael Penix. I wouldn't take any of the 4 choices with those.
30 years of vegetarian, he said his favorite pizza was pepperoni and sausage.
Because about 2 weeks ago, we had a question that was asked, and he said, you didn't answer the question accurately. I said, I answered it the way I translated it. So I translated based on what topics go on the perfect pizza. And if I had said vegetables, this guy would have been apoplectic.
Well, I don't do vegetables, but you
That's
should get
my
Rosetta
point.
Stone or something.
It's an all-time.
Rosetta Stone's for foreign languages.
Yeah, you don't know. You're speaking a different one than the rest of us.
Oh, my goodness. That was
It's called
amazing.
English. Read it.
I got 6-3 Palm.
I got 6, 2, 3 pushes. So 6 Palm, 2 Amal, and 3 pushes. That is 5, 2, and 2 overall for Mike Palm. How about a speech going out?
Happy New Year, everybody.
Go to VSiN.com/subscribe to become a VSiN Pro subscriber today.